I'm Rhonda.
And I'm Serene.
And today we are going to talk about fad diets.
We're going to have so much fun.
And she's laughing because I am the queen of fad diets. Seriously, she's like, what questions would you have, Rhonda? And I pulled out not only this bunch that I had in my file, but literally all of this stuff about diets and what's good for me and good health and macro versus keto versus I don't know what all in here. Like, you guys,
diets.
I had to take them all out because it didn't fit in my folder anymore. This is all stuff. And I don't even know where to begin. So
we're gonna try to simplify things just a little bit.
Thank you.
I love it. You know, I've tried some diets over the years, so I'm not perfect at this either. But once I went to school and became a dietitian, I learned a little bit more about the food we eat and what it does for our body and how to make it work. And weight loss is hard. I'm not saying it's easy for most people. Some people, they think about weight loss and it just drops right off, but not everyone. And when you're trying to lose weight, you feel like everyone around you looks great and they're thin and they lost weight easy and all this, but it's not usually true. So we need to, first of all, be really kind to ourselves and not get frustrated over it. Just love who you are. It's okay to want to lose weight, but you know, don't be hard on yourself because it can't take over your life.
I feel like
take over your every thought.
It has always taken over mine because I think it is the social thing. Like,
yeah,
you turn on, I mean, magazines and TV but we don't realize a lot of things are photoshopped.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of things we see are fake.
Yes.
They're not real, folks. So we can't compare ourselves.
And it's not fun when every time you go to put something in your mouth, you
worry about it.
Yeah, you can't. It cannot be that. It's got to be, and it can't be. So first of all, it shouldn't be fast. It should be 1 pound a week. Would be perfect. A half a pound a week. What if you lose 1 pound in 2 weeks? That's better than gaining 1 pound in 2 weeks, right? So maybe it takes you longer. Maybe there's some other things that come into play for you. Maybe your hormones, maybe your genetics, maybe you're on medication or have limited ability to do physical activity, or maybe limitations on what you can eat, right? Everyone is in a different place. And so you have to be patient, but slow weight loss is proven to stay off longer. And if you develop lifestyle habits, you are going to have more success.
Which is why none of these fad diets work.
They don't, because they're fads, right?
Yeah, and it's
and they're miserable.
Not permanent.
And if you're miserable while you're doing it, and you're like, I can't wait to get off this diet, it's probably not going to stay off, and it's probably not the right direction to be going. You should be able to lose weight by just managing what you eat, when you eat, how you eat.
You would suggest like we talked, the plate portions.
Yeah. One of our other videos, we talked about the plate method of, fill half of your plate with produce, a fourth of it carbohydrate, and a fourth of it a protein. Understanding what the macronutrients are doing in your body. What are the proteins, fats, and carbohydrates? A reasonable eating plan should not mean limiting or taking out any food group. That's when you want to say, you know what, I'm going to back away from this one and go find something that's reasonable where I can eat all the foods. If you have to eliminate your favorite food,
you're not going to stick with it.
Wrong one, wrong diet.
I've tried that.
So you can have your favorite foods in the right portions. Some tips I have, people, as you get older, a lot of women talk to me about hormones. Yes, I have a hard time losing weight. I've tried so hard, and the older I get, the harder it is. The weight does become stubborn. It's true. You're not doing anything wrong. But some things to think about are, one is eating the bulk of your calories earlier in the day tends to help with weight loss. It's amazing what it can do. If you can have a plan so that in the evening when you're thinking, oh, I am kind of hungry, or I do want to eat something, because you're you're used to maybe snacking at night, have a plan. Okay, every evening I'm going to go for a walk, or in the evening, this is my food I can eat in the evening, and it's going to be some fruit or vegetable or really low calorie snack.
Well, and you shouldn't eat after a certain time.
Yeah,
or do they say, like, I've heard that too, always changes.
Yeah, I mean, if you can,
like after 8 or before you go to bed, don't eat, and not a lot of carbs, right? Before you go to bed.
Yeah, you don't need a lot of carbohydrates at night, right? Because carbohydrates are your fuel, and you don't need a lot. You're sleeping. If you could have a light, if you're hungry, you should eat. But if it's like, oh, I'm so used to just snacking right now.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe find something else, or
healthy.
Yeah, have like, okay, I'm gonna have a half an apple and this will call it good, or just have a plan. But that's one of the things, is have the bulkier calories a little bit earlier
and plan them out. That's a great
have a plan, get some physical activity in every day, and then really just paying attention to calorie intake can make a big difference with that stubborn weight loss. And then give yourself some time. It does take some time for that weight to come off.
And don't get all caught up in all of that stuff, because there are so many voices out there, and you kind of know your own body.
Yeah. But this intermittent fasting, I'm not really sure how it came about, and for some people they find it works well for them. I'm neutral on it. I'm not recommending it. I'm not saying it's going to be any better for you. What I tend to see happen with people when they're doing intermittent fasting is they are hungrier later on, and they tend to make up those calories throughout the day.
At night before they go to
They're
bed.
hungry. And so, if you wake up in the morning and you're like, I'm not really that hungry, have a small breakfast, and just kind of watch the nutritional value of the food you're eating throughout the day. Spread those calories out. Be wise with what you choose, rather than skipping a meal in order to just avoid eating calories. Honestly, just having a moderate amount throughout the day and eating when you're hungry is really going to help you the most of anything. Yeah. And if you have any specific questions, it's so individualized for every single person. I'm going to post my website here at the bottom. Feel free to reach out, and if you need individualized help, happy to do it.
She's awesome, you guys. One of the questions I did have really quick, the drinking, like, I've heard some people say, like, the apple cider vinegar first thing in the morning, or warm lemon water first thing in the morning. Does that really do much?
I've done some research. I'm really big on data-driven information, and everything I've researched on things like that, there's no real evidence to point to where they're saying, yes, this definitely does this for you.
Okay.
Once again, I would go right back to the basics, right?
Okay.
Eat the things you enjoy. Don't overthink it, and then be moderate.
Don't overthink it, folks. Just do what Serene tells you to do. Because this gets so confusing.